So increasingly, we live in a world without borders, right? The advent of the internet, we're all connected. You can talk to people that are in Timbuktu as easily as you can talk to people that are here. So real estate has also kind of become a world without borders. For a long time, it was common practice for people to think within the US, and they still do, of, okay, I might live in Vero Beach, Florida, where I practice, but I'm going to think about a place in Colorado or Wyoming or Vermont or Cape Cod or. Customary. What's interesting now, though, people are starting to say, you know what? Forget the trip to France. What would it be like to maybe have a place in France? And it seems to be a thing, and I don't think it's going away. And increasingly, some of my colleagues are actually having practices outside of the US. My good friend John Eric from the DC market just opened up a brokerage in London. Shout out to him. And it's an interesting thing to think about. So what would it be like to live outside of the US? Well, in many cases, that's a really daunting proposition. You don't know how real estate's necessarily transacted. Many countries don't have our equivalent of the MLS. So how do you figure that piece out? I was on a call yesterday with a private broker group called Realm that I adore, and they had practitioners all over the globe that were talking about their practice and increasingly people coming from the US. I mean, there's a fellow from Monaco, there's a guy from Italy, person in France, Costa Rica, Mexico, the UK, Italy. These are really cool places. So the question becomes, is it daunting, and how would you even go about that to understand? What would it really cost? How do you buy? How do you really find the right one? That's a very fearful thing, like, ooh, it's maybe too much for me to even think about. Well, my friend and colleague Peter Kempf, who's long done a lot of international business, said, the greatest antidote to fear is a trusted partner, right? So if you have somebody like Peter or John Eric or any of my colleagues, Sean in the Turks and Caicos, saying, okay, I understand it, I'm embedded in the community, here's the deal, and here's what you need to know. And not only do I have embedded insider knowledge for you, I also have trusted colleagues that are going to be part of the necessary team in order to maybe make this dream happen, whether it's a notary or an attorney, whatever is needed by local requirements. And so the interesting thing about that is I can help. Have you guys ever thought about living someplace, whether it's Montana? I can help because I'll have a trusted advisor that's going to be like an extension of me, and you can go into it trusting you're in good hands. Have you thought about living in London or Ireland or Turks and Caicos or, my friend Ian down in Cabo, or my friend Anne who's in San Miguel, a dreamy place? All of those people I know, like, and I trust and would take wonderful care of you. So what I would say is, forget going to London or to Paris for the Taylor Swift concert, or maybe go. But if you're dreaming about maybe exploring what it would be like to live in Montana or Boston or Vermont or Puerto Rico or Spain, let me help be your trusted advisor, to be a connector, to find someone that I know, like, and trust to take good care of you. And then you could get rid of the fear and explore maybe making that dream happen for you.